Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we go over the reference materials. So today, we will be starting with the Mi-17 HIP. Mi-17, title MIL Mi-17, MIL Mi-171, and MIL Mi-172. NATO reporting names HIP H and HIP K derivative. Type twin turbine multipurpose helicopter. Program first displayed at 1981 Paris Air Show, successor to Mi-8 for civil use and export. Exports began to Cuba 1983. Mi-17M and Mi-17B and Mi-172 production continues at Kazan and Mi-171 at Ulan Ude plants, from where they are marketed. See these entries for addresses. Design features distinguished from basic Mi-8 by port side tail rotor. Shorter engine nacelles with air intakes extending forward only to midpoint of door on port side at front of cabin. Small orifice, each side forward a jet pipe. Correct rotor speed maintained automatically by system that also synchronizes output of the two engines. For operation in hot and high conditions, Kazan commercial versions can be supplied with TV3-117MT engines and tail rotor with wider chord blades. Power plant for the basic Mi-17, two 1,434 kilowatt or 1,923 shaft horsepower Kilmov TV3-117MT turboshafts. Should one engine stop, output of the other increased automatically to contingency rating of 1,637 kilowatts or 2,195 shaft horsepower, enabling flight to continue. APU for pneumatic engine starting. Deflectors on engine air intakes prevent ingestion of sand, dust, and foreign objects. Avionics Mi-17V/Mi-171. Comms, Backland 20 and Yardle 1G1 comm radio. Radar Type 8A-813 weather radar. Flight Type A-723 long range nav. Instrumentation ARK-15M radio compass, ARK-UD radio compass, DISS-32-90 Doppler, AGK-77 and AGR-74V automatic horizons, BKK-18 altitude monitor. Is that altitude or is that attitude? Attitude monitor. ZPU-24 core selector, A-037 radio altimeter. Self-defense optional. ASO-2 chaff flare dispenser under tail boom and IR jammer. NATO designation hot brick at forward end of tail boom. Equipment AI-9V APU for engine starting. Options as for Mi-8 plus on military versions. External cockpit armor. Armament options as for Mi-8 plus 23mm GSH-23 gun packs. Dimensions external as for Mi-8 except distance between rotor centers 12.661 meters or 41 feet 6.5 inches. Length overall rotors turning 25.352 meters or 83 feet 2 inches. Fuselage excluding tail rotor 18.424 meters or 60 feet 5 3/8 inches. Height to top of main rotor head 4.755 meters or 15 feet 7 1/4 inches. Areas as for Mi-8. Weights and loadings. Weight empty equipped Mi-17 7,100 kilograms or 15,635 pounds. Mi-17V/Mi-171 7,055 kilograms or 15,555 pounds. Internal fuel Mi-17V and Mi-171 2,027 kilograms or 4,469 pounds. Internal fuel plus one auxiliary tank for the Mi-17V and Mi-171 2,737 kilograms or 6,034 pounds. Internal fuel plus two auxiliary tanks for the Mi-17V and Mi-171 3,447 kilograms or 7,600 pounds. Performance max level speed Mi-17 max AUW 135 knots or 250 kilometers per hour or 155 miles per hour. Mi-17V and Mi-171 normal AUW 135 knots or 250 kilometers per hour or 155 miles per hour. Mi-17V or Mi-171 max AUW 124 knots or 230 kilometers per hour or 143 miles per hour. Max cruising speed, Mi-17 max AUW 129 knots or 240 kilometers per hour or 149 miles per hour. For the Mi-17V and Mi-171, for normal AUW 124 knots or 230 kilometers per hour or 143 miles per hour. For max AUW 113 knots or 210 kilometers per hour or 130 miles per hour. Service ceiling Mi-17 normal AUW 5,000 meters or 16,400 feet. Mi-17 max AUW 3,600 meters or 11,800 feet. Mi-17V and Mi-171 normal AUW 5,700 meters or 18,700 feet. For max AUW 4,500 meters or 14,760 feet. Length 25.35 meters, height 4.75 meters, max takeoff weight 13,000 kilograms. Max level speed 135 knots, max range 267 nautical miles, service ceiling 5,000 meters, and hovering ceiling 1,760 meters. Here we can see it's got quite the beefy engine on it. And then we have the photo album, which has 3 pictures. So this one, okay, Kazan helicopters, so this might be a prototype. Serial number CCP-95448. And then we have one painted camouflage. This is probably a Russian army version, other with the Kazan name on it. So this again might be a prototype. We can see, I want to say the inboard stations might be, or this might actually be part of the helicopter itself. And then these are maybe auxiliary tanks, but they could be like aircraft have an option for basically what amounts to a cargo container, which basically if like the pilot's redeploying to a new base or something with his aircraft, it lets him, or like going far away from his normal deployment, it lets him carry like personal effects, clothes and stuff. Might be what these are, or they could just be anti-tank missiles. I'm not sure. They could be canisters for anti-tank missiles. And that's all the pictures we have. And here we can see the 3D view where it is painted green. You can notice the fixed landing gear. And as they mentioned, the port side rotor. Okay, yeah, so that was part of the thing. You can see they modeled the stub wings, albeit in 2D. And you got like these supports tying it down, and you can see the 2 engine intakes there. And then the 2 exhausts there, which seem to be kind of up and away to shield its IR signature, at least from the ground, where you have the threat of man pads and stuff. Overall, this is basically Russia's and Ukraine. I think Ukraine was one of the other big operators of this. This was basically the Eastern Bloc equivalent of the Black Hawk, and still is kind of pretty comparable. Produced in large numbers, used by the Army, mainly for transport. And actually, there was an interesting story a while back where someone actually managed to defect to Ukraine with one of these, which was quite a feat. But that's all the information the game has on this. Remember, of course, it's 25 years out of date by now. So, with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.